Alright, kid. I've been wondering what I would clue you in on next after my last video. So I figured I'd want you to know how to pick up chicks, other things about being a manly man, and what the kids these days are calling the Manosphere. So here goes. The way to pick up chicks is the same as you would pick up kittens or puppies, very gently. Then you bring them up to your face, nuzzle them, and gently kiss them. Who my little puddin' pie? You my little puddin' pie. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Now, I was gonna title this video, How Not to Be a Ginormous Douche. I realized that my goal was not to influence their negative behavior, but to work on ensuring that you do not ignore the better angels of our nature. So I've decided to share with you what I believe makes me a manly man in the ever so manly manosphere. Now, the first thing that makes me a big burly manly man is my unwavering love of the 2004 film 13 Going on 30, which I usually watch about once a year and blubber like a baby throughout. Usually it's the part where she's crawling into bed with her parents. Then I really want my mom. Now, I cry at movies, serialized dramas, sitcoms, commercials about chocolate bars, songs, weddings, and thoughts that bubble up in my head, such as when I think about how lucky I am to be with whom I'm with and how much I love my cat, pictures of squirrels, cute kitten videos, you name it. And I give less than a what some jackass who walks around strutting like a rooster just to prove he's strong physically in hopes that the world never figures out the truth about how he is weak mentally thinks. That's overcompensation. Also, I'm a big hugger, and I have been since the 80s. Now I realize it's really fallen out of fashion these days, what with all the cries of unwanted touching, but when I first heard Leo Buscaglia speak on human disconnectedness and the concept of humanity's need for hugs, I instantly became a convert. Now, I am not suggesting that you hug people without their consent, but hugging your friends and family can do no harm. And the same applies to saying I love you. When people are young, there's this tendency to live with a sense of immortality, but I'm here to tell you one thing that is guaranteed. Unless you are, by some stroke of luck, the likes of a lottery winner, blessed to leave this earthly plane side by side at the very same moment, there will come a day when you will walk through a door and you and someone you love will never see one another again, ever. Make sure to tell them you love them, even when you're upset with them. If you don't believe me, ask Barry Gibb. You look that up. There are regrets that you do not want to live with for the rest of your life. Live how you like, act how you like, and wear what you like. In the 80s, I wore earrings, eye makeup, and black spandex pants. Give me a break. I was skinny as a rail so I could pull it off. This brings me to another point. Steer clear of sugars and complex carbs if you're not going to burn them off through exercise. And in the 90s, I had this incredibly boss two-piece suit, a men's double-breasted blazer with peak lapels and pleated dress slacks that looked like it had dreams of one day becoming a zoot suit, purple like Prince meets Jimi Hendrix purple, and a full mane of curls halfway down to my belt line. My girlfriend at the time got tickets for my birthday to see the new age jazz pianist George Winston perform, a black tie affair. And this one lady, a real Karen type, decided to make sure I heard her say, "Yeah, he looks like he belongs here." So when they started letting everybody in, I made sure to watch her make her way to the back of the hall so she could see me take my seat, front row center, first 6 tickets sold. Jazz and dressing for the theater may not be on par with tractor pulls, racing cars around a track, wrestling, or roller derby matches, but it's all right. Now these days I wear faded, paint-splattered overalls which I should differentiate these from the splatter art overalls one could buy new in stores in the 80s, because those were different. And when I was younger, I used to wonder why old dudes wore overalls and coveralls, but man, now do I get it, because there is something to be said for sailing through life in loose, comfortable clothing. And perhaps this one is a bit dated because now I've been clean and sober for longer than I drank like a rock star, but back in the day, if one were inclined toward imbibing in sweet frozen drinks and the like, it was not considered the most manly of manly behaviors. But I paid it no mind. Suppose I was in the mood for frozen margaritas, strawberry or banana daiquiris, pina coladas, hurricanes, appletinis, cosmopolitans, or a pitcher of sangria. In that case, I was going to drink what I was going to drink, and the manly men of the world could all just go and eat a bag. Not harming other creatures. I don't kill spiders or flies when I can catch them and put them outside the door. I don't kill mice when I can live trap them and release them in a nearby field. I don't hunt or fish for any creature that I'm not going to kill and eat myself. And I certainly don't hunt big game under the guise that I'm going to donate it to the locals so that I can feel like a big man. Once again, that's overcompensation. And I don't do sick garbage like throw rocks at rabbits or feral animals, because that's what inbred troglodytes and soon-to-be serial killers do. Sick, sick stuff. Not walking around acting like I'm some big, tough guy. I will sit with my legs crossed at the knee because it is comfortable. I will carry my grocery bag in the fold of my elbow because it is convenient and it is comfortable. And if some manly man thinks me effeminate or somehow funny looking, well, he can plant his tulips against my flat, pimpled, pasty white, old man butt. Now, I get that I am afforded a certain privilege that comes with being 6'3" and 250 pounds. That allows me to walk around not caring what ill-mannered jackasses think, as others might not feel they have the same freedom. But I hope that perhaps this will lead you to use the other gifts and tools you may possess, like opening a dialogue with someone who comes at you with that kind of energy and asking them why they harbor such feelings of hostility toward a person they have never met, judging them before bothering to ever ask even one question to find out anything about who they are. So now let's circle back to where we started. There will be some who will be upset about how I drew people in with the whole thing about picking up chicks. And they'll probably say, hey, this old guy, he probably never had much success when it came to romantic relationships. This is both true and false. Before meeting the woman I've been with for over 22 years now, I rode the wrecking ball through many a doomed relationship. More than Barney Stinson, less than Gene Simmons. And at the time, you think it's a real badge of honor when it's really more like Marley's chains. You find out that there's a price you have to pay. And now I see that Silicon Valley's tech oligarchy has created an entire world full of doofuses, or perhaps doofi is a proper Latin plural. And just like youthful me, they're swiping left and right on the latest incarnation of the idiot box in hopes of sleeping their way through their love lives until the day comes that they wake up to find that they finally met someone worth being with, but the foundation of their true intimacy has been eaten away by the slow erosion of thoughtless, reckless, selfish actions that were made easy by people who were only interested in making money by developing algorithms that targeted the darkest secret desires they would rather have kept hidden. You see, that is what they don't want you to know. They want you to gorge yourself at the banquet table of carnal desire, not thinking about the check that's coming at the end of the feast. However, I am here to inform you about the total coming due, and you may want to prepare yourself for some sticker shock. Every single time you give a piece of your love away to someone in a way that holds no meaning, you devalue it. You trade off your true intimacy, the ability to be vulnerable and share your true self with someone you truly love and care about, and destroy your ability to share, bond, and connect on a deep level. Your risk is never being able to get that ability back because of a deep-seated fear of intimacy taking over forever. As a result, it becomes increasingly difficult to bond with the right person when you finally meet. So you have to ask yourself one question. Do you want to take that risk, to gamble your future happiness for a little bit of pleasure in the present moment? You might want to give that a great deal of thought. Know that I love you and that I'm always with you.